I say this to our listeners, if anybody else has done a trip like that, where you just kind of went, I'd love to hear about it because I think that's fascinating and more possible in today's world. Um, so I guess two questions for you. One is what attracted you to the Balkans? I know you were talking a little bit about your background as German heritage, New York City, the kind of speak it if you think it, but you didn't know that before you got there. What drew you to this part of the world? Because I know God is at work. I spent a lot of time in Romania, which borders that region. It's not considered Balkan, but it's kind of half Eastern Europe, half Balkan, whereas Bulgaria is very much considered Balkan. But most people, we were teasing earlier, but they don't even know about that part of the world. When you say the Balkans, they tend to think of a totally different part of the world. It's like, no, that you need to go and think. You're talking about Albania, Macedonia, northern Greece, and but what drew you to that place?
That's exactly why, because most people don't know it. Nobody goes there. That's exactly why, is because I usually do things people don't do. So that was one of it, and because of the fairly recent history of capitalism for them, it's also a ripe opportunity for marketing, as opposed to another area. Developed areas obviously have resources for marketing, and where they're ingrained is not necessarily the best thing for me, where I might be able to serve, because they're either doing it partially right, or they're doing a lot wrong, and either way I'm not it's not as fruitful for me to be able to impact people that way, including the United States, right? Because I mean, as a contrast, where things, are thought to be very purposeful and successful, and maybe not quite the way that I would determine that. So I
So,
thought,
so I'm going to say, well, just one consultant to another. The hardest client is the one that thinks they know what they're doing.
correct. Correct. So I would definitely not be doing that, right? So even just from where I felt like God could use me the most, it would definitely be an area, where the marketing piece, and I'm using marketing in a loose term because I rarely use that word, but it's a word that obviously everybody will at least understand. So yeah, so that was the first reason, to lean towards an area, and then,
Let me jump in and make sure. That's what I'm
yeah,
put a pin in something for our
sure.
listeners. Sandra just said something really powerful. We think about business's mission is you either expand your business overseas or you move overseas, or if you're a national, you grow a business where you live. But this is this wonderful other alternative that you're describing, and I just want to call attention to it. Ask the Lord, where can what I know and what I'm skilled in, where can it be used? And you don't have to go live there. I mean, I don't think you're planning on moving to Tirana. God, you might. I don't know what God has planned, but you went, you learned, but you also brought value. And I just want our listeners to capture that. You could take your business skill set, your knowledge set, and go to a region of the world. Ask the Lord to guide you. Go to a region of the world. Spend some time and make a difference, and then come back. In today's global world, that's very possible. So I just want to pin that. You were moving on to a second point.
Yeah, I mean, even that leads me to, I forget what my second point was because I forgot to pin that one.
I'm
But
sorry, I did that.
that's
I did
okay.
that
No, no,
all the
this was
time.
really good. This was good, and you'll remember for me anyway. So, yeah, I just looked for, where can I participate in building the kingdom, and that's really where I was looking. I said, God used me, right? And just like he did with Matthew. I always say, just like he did with Matthew, and he just said, leave everything in and come with me.